So we have discussed Ohm's law. Okay, now we will proceed with the next part of it. But we know according to Ohm's law, the current flowing in a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference applied across its end. But it is going to be true if the physical condition and the temperature of the conductor remains constant. Okay, then last time we have discussed about graphs. So now we are going to verify the graphs, interpretation of graph. Okay, chalo. Now look at this graph. You will find that this is V versus I graph. Which graph it is? It is voltage versus current graph. Okay, now if you look at these two graphs, voltage versus current graph, you will find that we are having two lines A and B. These are nothing but these are our two conductors A and B. These are our two conductors A and B. Okay, so now the figure shows a V versus I graph of two conductors A and B. Means these are two different conductors A and B. So the first question is which conductor, now think of it and say me which conductor has more conductance. Is it A or B? I want your answer to be typed and not to be told, not to be said. It has to be typed in the chat box. Say me which conductor. Okay. Which conductor has more conductance? Okay. Devraj and Samruddha has given the answer. Okay. Think of it. Think of it. Which graph it is. So what it gives. Okay. Because it is bound to happen that you will be confused between A and B. So I'm getting a mixed answer. Some of them are giving A and some of them are giving B as well. Okay. 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 Some of them are giving A, some of them are giving B. Okay. Chalo. So let's have the discussion on it. That which conductor has more conductors. Okay. Now look at it. Which graph it is? So it is not, it is our V versus I graph. So it is a V versus I graph. So what do you think the slope will give us? So it's a V versus I graph. So you all know very well that the slope of V versus I graph is nothing but our resistance. What is slope of V versus I graph? The slope of V versus I graph is resistance. Exactly. Now here, which one is having more resistance? So we are having two lines and line A is more steeper. Line A is more steeper. So A is having more resistance than B. But I am asking about conductance. So since A is having more resistance, A will have less conductance and B in compared to A is having less resistance. So more conductance. So what is the answer? Which conductor has more conductance? So it is B. Thank you, Samruddha. You change your answer. That is what I want to highlight, that it is the right answer is B and not A, because you have to figure out what the slope will give us. So the slope of this line will give us resistance. So the one which has more resistance will definitely have less conductance, and the one which have less resistance will have more conductance. So here B is having less resistance comparatively, so that's why B will have more conductance comparatively. Okay, all of you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, keep on responding, beta. Keep on responding. Okay, next question. What the slope of line A and B indicates? Obviously, you got the answer. What the slope of line A and B indicates? So the slope of line A and B indicates the yes. Sanisha, all of you, please type quickly. What is your answer? What does the line? what the slope of the line A and B indicates? Yes. So the slope of the line is nothing but it is our resistance. How you will figure out? You will figure out by looking at the graph. Okay. Now the third question is, how can you find the conductance of the wire A? How you will find the conductance of the wire A? Okay. What is x by y, Rishabh?
Sir,
हाँ
inverse of slope हुआ ना.
हाँ, so then write like this ना बच्चा. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So how can you find the conductance of a given wire? So what you will do? You will find the slope of the line A, and then you will take the reciprocal of the line. What you will do? You will take the reciprocal of the slope of line A. And yes, you will find the inverse of the slope A, or you will find the slope of it, and then you will take the reciprocal of it. Clear, all of you? So how can you find the conductance of the given wire A? You can easily find the conductance of the given wire by finding the slope and then taking the reciprocal of it. Clear? Oh. Gayatri? No, sir, not clear. Oh my God. What happened, Gayatri? Can you say what's the problem, beta?
Sir, I did not understand the third question answer.
Were you absent the previous session?
Yes, sir.
So obviously, how you'll understand then, beta? If you are absent, then how you'll understand it, beta? You had missed that topic, na? Conductance is nothing but it is the opposite, is the reciprocal, it is the inverse of resistance. Okay. So what the slope is giving us? The slope is giving us resistance. So you don't want resistance, you want conductance. So you take the reciprocal. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And as Gayatri, I will be uploading the previous session as well, okay, on the Google Classroom. So I want you to watch that video and this video as well.
Yes, sir.
Now one more graph we have. Now look at this. Now which is this graph? So if you look at the graph, it is not V versus I, but it is I versus V graph. Which graph it is? It is I versus V graph. Now we start with the diagram. The graph shows I versus V graph of how many conductors are there now? There are 3 conductors, A, B, and C. Okay. Now, which conductor A, B, and C has least resistance? Write your answer. Which conductor has least resistance? Again, there is a confusion. Think twice. I am asking. I am asking which conductor has the least resistance. Think twice, think twice. I know you will keep on fluctuating between A and C. No one will come out with the answer as B. But I'm still getting the answer as A. Some of them are saying A and some of them are saying C. And some of them are still changing the answer. Look at the graph. Look at the graph. It is I versus V graph. It's not V versus I graph. Okay. Chalo. So let's have the discussion on that because most of you have given the answer. So it is I versus V graph. Now we need to understand this, that what the slope of this line will be. Slope will be conductance. What the slope of this line will give? It will not give resistance. It will give conductance. Okay. Now, the one which is having more slope is having more conductance. So my A is having more conductance and my C is having less conductance. Now, since A is having more conductance, so the resistance of A will be less because the conductance is more. So A is having less resistance. Exactly. You're getting it. So what is the answer? Ishwari.
It's A, sir.
It's A, exactly. Okay, students are changing from A to C and C to A. All of you, are you getting it? What's the answer?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Ah,
sir.
it's not easy. You have to be very careful, quite alert. See, what the slope will give me? Conductance. So obviously the slope of A will be maximum, means the conductance of A is more. So when the conductance of A is more, the resistance of A is less and the conductance of C is less. So the resistance of C will be more. So I'm asking which conductor has least resistance. So it will be A. Conductor A will have less resistance because its conductance is maximum. Clear? Any doubts, beta?
No, sir.
What the slope of the line ABC indicates? Obviously, it's the same question. What the slope of the line ABC indicates? It's a I versus V graph. So the slope indicates conductance. Okay. Then the third. How can you find the resistance of the wire A? So if you want to find the resistance, what you will do? What you will do? Yes. So you will find the slope of wire A, and whatever the answer you get, you will take the reciprocal of that because you want to know the resistance. Please, Rashmi, it's not the slope of the line A. The slope of the line A will give you conductance. I am asking you to find resistance, beta. So how you will find the resistance? You will take the reciprocal of the slope of the line A. Clear, Rashmi? Because the slope is giving conductance and I am asking resistance. So understand the relation between conductance and resistance. Okay. From any graph, whether it's a I versus V graph or V versus I graph, I can find out conductance as well as resistance. But if it is V versus I means on the y-axis V, x-axis I. If it is V versus I, the slope gives us resistance. And if it is I versus V, the slope gives us conductance. And when the slope is giving us resistance, you want to find the conductance, find the reciprocal of it. And when the slope is giving conductance and you need to find resistance, find the reciprocal. I hope you are getting it very clear now. I versus V and V versus I. Now let's talk about the next topic. Now there is one more very interesting terms regarding conductance. Okay, we have seen Ohm's law. What the Ohm's law says, that as the potential difference across the resistor increases, the current in the circuit also increases. And in fact, they are directly proportional. But all the conductors, all the materials in this world, they do not obey Ohm's law. Okay, some of them, some materials, they obey Ohm's law, and some materials, they do not obey the Ohm's law. Try to understand. It's not that each and every material you will find the Ohm's law is being obeyed. Yeah, it is obeyed mostly in good conductors, but there are some materials like semiconductors as well, and they do not obey Ohm's law. So the conductor which obeys the Ohm's law are called as ohmic resistor, or we call them ohmic conductors. Okay, so the conductors which obey the Ohm's law are called ohmic conductors or ohmic resistors, or they are also called as linear resistors. Whereas the conductors which do not obey the Ohm's law are called as non-ohmic resistors or non-linear resistors. Okay, so understand, it is not necessary for all the material to follow this law, the Ohm's law. Okay, yes, but there are conductors which obey Ohm's law. So whenever a conductor is a ohmic resistor, or whenever a material is a ohmic resistor, then whenever you plot a graph of V versus I or I versus V, you will find that it is a straight line inclined to x-axis passing through the origin. You will always find this type of graph if your conductor is obeying the Ohm's law. What you will find the nature of the graph to be something like this. But if it is a non-ohmic resistor, okay, then you will find it is never going to be a straight line inclined to x-axis. In fact, the line may be of any shape, not necessarily this shape as well. The line may be of any other shape as well. Like you may find a line like this as well, okay, or a line
Sir, I have doubt.
like this as well. Ah, beta, yes.
Sir, मतलब the conductors which do not obey the Ohm's law,
Hmm?
वहाँ पे current is not indirectly proportional to resistance, क्या?
Exactly. Yeah. So it is not necessary that as you increase the potential difference, the current will increase. It is not necessary. Clear? And even it is not directly proportional as well. Okay. So remember one very important thing, that all the materials, they do not obey Ohm's law. The materials, the conductors which obey Ohm's law are called as ohmic resistors, and the one which do not obey are called as non-ohmic resistors. So how you will differentiate which are ohmic and which are non-ohmic? By the V versus I graph. By looking at the V versus I graph, you can easily figure out that which is a ohmic resistor and which is not. Like here, assume this is my ohmic resistor here, but if on the same graph, if I get another line like this, so is it a ohmic resistor? No. And if I get
Sir,
a line like this, is it an ohmic resistor? No. So these two, this is assume this is B. So B is not an ohmic resistor. Even C is not an ohmic resistor. Even only A is our ohmic resistor. Clear class?
sir,
Beta, yes.
sir, ऐसा कभी होता है क्या? Like if the voltage is increasing and after a certain voltage, the current starts to उधर ही रहता है वो
I said na
ऊपर
beta.
जाती है और फिर
You
नीचे
find
आती
all
है.
these type of variations in semiconductors. Okay.
So
So
can
semiconductors
it
behave
happen like that?
beta, yes, I am saying now semiconductors behave in this way. The way you are saying now, semiconductors behave in such way. Beta, clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, semiconductors करते हैं बेटा जैसा तुम बोल रहे हो वैसा. चलो. Now we have discussed resistance. Now we will talk about factors affecting resistance. Okay, now this is very interesting, beta. Factors affecting the resistance of a conductor. Okay, now on what factor the resistance of a conductor depends. Okay, so the first factor on which, it's a very important term. So the first factor on which the resistance depends is the length of the conductor. Which is the first factor? The first factor is the length of the conductor. And now the question is how the length of the conductor and the resistance are related. So you will find yes, Ishwar, you will discuss na beta. Yes, what you are saying is right. Okay. So the factors affecting the resistance of a conductor depends on the length of the conductor. How it is dependent? So it is directly proportional. How? So you will find the resistance is directly proportional to the length. Okay. You will find that the length of more is the length of the conductor, more will be its resistance. Okay, so if I have a small wire or small wire, then its resistance will be less. But if I have a lengthy wire, if the length of the wire is more, then the resistance offered by that wire will be more. So definitely it depends on the length of the conductor. But how it depends on the length of the conductor? It is directly proportional. Okay. So we can write that R is directly proportional, the resistance of a wire is directly proportional to the length of the conductor. Clear? So R is directly proportional to the length of the conductor. Okay? Next.
Yes.
Second, on what another factor it depends? So the another factor is the thickness of the conductor. Exactly. That is nothing but the area of cross section. The area of cross section. That is nothing but that is our thickness of the conductor. Like assume one conductor is thick, this much thick, and the another is thin like this. The small area of cross section. So it also depends on the area of cross, how thick the wire is. That is nothing but the thickness of the conductor or the area of the cross section. Okay, so you will find that it is inversely proportional. How it is related, beta? It is inversely proportional. Means if the length of if the area of cross section is more, the resistance is less, and if the area of cross section is less, the resistance is more. So the resistance is inversely proportional. That's why I'm writing 1 upon area of cross section A. Okay, so how the length of the conductor, how it depends on the length, it is directly proportional. How it depends on the thickness, or it is
Inversely proportional.
Exactly. More the thickness, less is the resistance, and less the thickness, more is the resistance. Okay. Then the third, yes, beta, Samruddha, I will go beta. After this, I will go back. Then it depends on the temperature of a conductor. Exactly. Now, as long as ohmic resistors are concerned, let me make it very clear to you. As long as ohmic resistors are concerned, you will find that as the temperature of the conductor will increase, the resistance will also increase. But I am saying this is applicable only for ohmic resistors. For non-ohmic, there is lot of variations. Okay, you may find for the same semiconductor, with the increase in temperature, the resistance may decrease, or with the increase in temperature, the resistance will also increase for the same material. Okay, so only for this factor is applicable only for ohmic resistors. So for ohmic resistors, you find that as the temperature of the conductor will increase, the resistance will also increase. But there is a problem that they are not directly proportional. Okay, so that's why we don't include this factor in our formula. Okay, but definitely if you increase the length of the, if you increase the temperature of the conductor, then its resistance will also increase. And the last topic, the last factor on which the resistance depend is the material of the conductor. Yes, Ishwari, you're talking about this? Yes. So,
Yes, sir.
yeah. So the topic is, the factor is the material of the conductor. You will find that we are having gold, a very good conductor, and silver comparatively less. Then we have copper, then we have aluminum, and then we have iron. So all these are conductors, but you will find that the gold provide very less resistance, whereas iron provide more resistance. So why? Because the material is different. Okay, so the resistance also depends on the material. It is going to be different for different materials. Okay, so these are the four
Sir.
factors on which the resistance of a conductor depends. Which are the four factors? The first is the length. More is the length, more is the resistance. Second is the area of cross section or thickness. It is inversely proportional. Then temperature, and then the material. Okay, that is the reason
Sir,
why.
I have a doubt.
Beta,
I have a doubt.
go ahead.
सर तो ऐसे होता है क्या like better the material of the conductor, lesser the resistance offered, ऐसे?
We will come to that point. Okay, मैं आऊंगा बेटा. वो तुम्हारा जो doubt है ना, वो previous session से चल रहा है. You are having this doubt right from the previous session. Don't worry, I will come to that, and then I will highlight that this was your doubt issue. Okay, don't worry. I'm coming to that point. What do you want to say? Okay, so is it very clear? But these four factors, it depends on the length, the thickness, the temperature, and the material. Okay. So now I think he's left. Samruddha is left to take the screenshot of the previous one. So take it, beta. Samruddha, take it. No problem.
Thank you,
No
sir.
problem. Okay. I'm
Yes, sir.
so you can watch it.
Okay, sir.
Taken, Samruddha?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, as we have discussed about the temperature, look at this graph. Again, I am showing you one more graph so that your interpretation is very clear. Okay. Now look at it. It's a straight line inclined to x-axis. Yes. So it's a ohmic resistor. Yes or no, beta? हाँ ऋषभ, बाबा तुम स्क्रीनशॉट्स लेते चलो ना रे बच्चा लोग. Taken, Rishabh?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Chalo. Do it, beta. हाँ. Chalo. Now, if you find it's a straight line inclined to x-axis, yes. So, and which graph it is? It is V versus I. Now, I want you. It says that the diagram, the figure is a V versus I graph of a conductor. Try to understand. They are not two conductors. It's a single conductor of a conductor at two different temperatures. At two different temperatures. Okay, so we are having a graph like this of the same conductor at two different temperatures. This is T1 and this is T2. Now, what conclusion do you draw from your graph for the variation of resistance of a conductor with temperature? Okay, means in simple words, I am asking you to say that T1 and T2, these are the two temperature. Which one is higher, T1 or T2?
T2.
Type, don't write. Don't say type beta. Don't say because others can hear it. Okay. And I don't want anyone to exactly what do you find? There is a confusion there. Okay. Which is having more slope? T1 or T2?
T1.
T1 is having more slope now. T1 is having more slope than T2. Yes or no, class? So T1 is having more slope. What does that mean? The resistance of T1 will be more. The resistance of T1. T means temperature. The resistance of T1 will be more than the resistance of T2. And we know, just now we discussed that more is the temperature, more is the resistance. So what we can say, the temperature of T1 is greater than the temperature of T2. Clear? What we can say, the temperature of T1 is greater than the temperature of T2 because T1 is having more slope and it means its resistance is more, and more is the resistance, more is the temperature for the same material. For the same material, if you increase the temperature, you will find the resistance is also increasing. So here you will find that T1 is greater than T2. The temperature of T1 is more than the temperature of T2. Clear, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Please take
sir.
the snapshot, otherwise you will ask me to go back.
Sir, excuse me.
Ah, beta.
Sir, will you post this PPT on the Google Classroom?
I am uploading the video, na? Okay, I am uploading this video, you don't worry.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Chalo. Now, let's come back to resistance. What we said? We said factors affecting resistance. We concluded two factors. What was that? That R is directly proportional to L and R is inversely proportional to the area of cross section. Okay. So this was our relation. R is proportional to L upon A. Means R is resistance of a wire is directly proportional to length and the resistance of a wire is inversely proportional to the area of cross section. Is it very clear to you, class? Okay. Then what we do, I want this proportionality sign to replace by the is equal to sign. So I am writing R is equal to, and what I am doing, I am adding a proportionality constant. And what is that proportionality constant? So that proportionality constant is called as, we read it as rho, the symbol is rho, but what is this proportionality constant? So I change the proportionality constant. This proportionality constant is nothing but this is my resistivity, the material part. What is this, beta? This is the resistivity of the material. Okay, so if I change the subject of the formula to rho, it becomes Ra upon N. So what is this? Here rho is a constant, which is the characteristics of the material of the wire and is called as specific resistance or resistivity. So what is this, beta? It is specific resistance. We call this term as specific resistance or resistivity. This term. What is this? This term is my specific resistance or resistivity.
Sir,
Yes, beta.
sir, what does A mean over here? A and L.
Oh my God. Who are you? कौन है ये?
Devach.
देवज क्या कर रहे थे बेटा? सो गए थे क्या क्लास में?
नहीं सर, वो थोड़ा लिख रहा था इसलिए.
My A is the area of cross section, the thickness of the conductor, and L is the length of the conductor. We have discussed the factors affecting resistance.
Yes sir.
So there I have written na.
अच्छा उस
Uska relation, beta. What is L? The length of the conductor. More is the length of the conductor, more is the resistance. That's why you find there is a relation. It is directly proportional. Okay, what you find? You find that R and length are directly proportional, whereas we find R and A are inversely proportional. Okay, so what we get? We get R is equal to, I change this is equal proportionality sign to is equal to, and I have added a proportionality constant. What is that proportionality constant? That proportionality constant is nothing but that is my specific resistance or resistivity of the material. Clear? And now, Ishwari, you will find that the specific resistance or resistivity for the same material will be same. Clear? So, as the material will change, the specific resistance or resistivity will change. How it will change? When the material will change, the specific resistance or resistivity will also change. Clear, class? So what is rho here? It is the characteristics of the material. All of you getting it? So our term is resistivity. So what is specific resistance or resistivity? The specific resistance or resistivity of a material is the resistance of the wire of that material of unit length and unit area of cross section. So what it is? It is the resistance of a wire of that material. This is very important. It is of that particular material. So you need to understand that for a given material, the resistivity will remain the same. For the given material, the resistivity will remain the same. But for the given material, the resistance will differ. Okay, how? Let me explain you. Assume this is a wire. This is a wire. Okay, now this wire is made up of silver. This wire is made up of silver. Okay, now the length of this wire is, how much is the length of this wire? So assume the length of this wire is 1 meter. How much is the length of this wire? So the length of this wire is 1 meter. And as the length of this wire is 1 meter, assume, just for the sake of understanding, I am taking the resistance of wire is 1 ohm. How much is the resistance? 1 ohm. Okay. Now you will find that if I take half the length of this wire, how much will be the resistance? The resistance will be half ohm. If I take double the length of this wire, 2 meter, then how much will be the resistance? The resistance will be 2 ohm. So you find that though the material is same, though the wire is same, the material of that wire is same, but still we observe that as the length of the wire will increase or decrease, the resistance will keep on changing because the resistance depends on the length. Now assume I have taken the wire, but the same wire of 1 meter, but assume the thickness is more. The thickness of that wire is more. So what will happen now? You will find that as the thickness of the wire is more, but the length is same and the material is also same, but since the thickness is more, the resistance will be less. So what we conclude from this discussion? We conclude that though the material of the wire is same, but the same wire means the wire of the same material may have different resistance. Why? Because as the length will change, the resistance will change. As the area of cross section will change, the resistance will change. But when I talk about specific resistance or resistivity, then you will find that this silver wire, whether it is 1 meter, 2 meter or whatever, this silver wire will have a fixed resistivity, because the resistivity will change only when the material will change. So for the same material, the resistivity will always remain same. Clear? So how we define resistivity? We define resistivity as a resistance of that material of unit length and unit area of cross section. Okay, now let's talk about the row. Now can you say me, wait a minute, sorry, I'd shown you, but I don't know whether you have seen this or not. Can you say me what will be the unit of specific resistance? Can you say me what will be the unit? Class, can anyone say me what will be the unit?
Ohm meter.
You have seen that.
Huh?
Have you seen? It was shown in the slide.
No, sir, I did not see.
Achha, how it is ohm meter, beta?
Sir, like the resistance has its unit as ohm, and area has centimeter square, and the length has centimeter, suppose. So फिर centimeter square upon centimeter is centimeter, इसलिए ohm centimeter or meter.
So what is the unit? Very good, brilliant, beta. I'm so happy. So what is the unit of it? So understand, the unit is ohm meter and not centimeter. Why not centimeter? Because the SI unit of length is meter. Okay. So what is the unit of specific resistance or resistivity? Ohm meter. Okay. Now on what factors the specific resistance depends? So we have just discussed that the specific resistance remains the same. So it depends only on two factors. The first is the material. So if the material is changing, the specific resistance will change. Okay. Because, and the second is the temperature. So you will find that the specific resistance only changes for the same material as well if you change the temperature. Okay. So for the same material, even if you change the temperature, still you will find the specific resistance will change. So assume if you want to do some more research on specific resistance and you search some information about the specific resistance of different materials. Okay, so you will find that if you want to search the specific resistor, or you want to find out what are the values of specific resistance of different materials, you will find that that information will be provided with a star sign, and that star sign indicates that this specific resistance is for this particular temperature. Okay, because if the temperature of the material changes, its specific resistance will also change. Is it very clear, beta? What is specific resistance and resistivity?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me share something very interesting. Okay. Okay. So let me share one nice simulation. Look at it. Okay. This is what it is. Okay. R, this is the formula we had. R is equal to rho L upon A. Yes or no? And how many factors we have? So interestingly, we have a knob for resistivity for L and for A. Now, if I increase the length, what will happen to, can you say me class, come on, I want all of you to conclude on this. What will happen if I increase the length to R, to A and to rho? I want you to type your answers. When I will increase the length, what will happen to the remaining three factors? I want you to say all the three factors. What will happen to rho, what will happen to R, and what will happen to A? All three. Because I am getting some horrible answers. Okay, Rishabh. Okay, Gayatri. Okay. So this will give you the idea. This will give you the idea as how the factors are related. Okay. 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 I'm so okay. Chalo. So let's look at it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to increase the length of a, I'm going to increase the length of the wire. See what happens to the other parameter. I'm increasing the length. See what happens. When I'm increasing the length, which parameter is increasing? You find that as I'm increasing the length, only the resistance is increasing. Why? Because I told you, more is the length of the wire, more is the resistance. So as I'm increasing the length, the resistance is increasing, and as I'm decreasing the length, the resistance is also decreasing. Getting it? See, more the length, more is the resistance, less the length, less is the resistance. Why? The area of cross section will not change. Come on, how can the area of cross section change when the length is increased? Okay. And second, what about this rho? Come on class, the resistivity will remain the same. Why? Because it's a characteristics of the material. Yes or no? It is a characteristics of the material. How it can change? By changing the length. Wow, it will be such a beautiful way that if you increase the length and assume it's a copper and you increase the length and it becomes silver. You increase the length and it becomes silver because the material is changing. Is it possible? No. So that's why understand, when I increase the length, the resistance will increase, and when I decrease the length, the resistance will decrease. There will be no change in the resistivity because it's a characteristics of the material, and definitely the area of the cross section will also not change. Okay. Now the next one. What will happen if I increase the area of cross section? Semi class. Say me what will happen if I increase the area of cross section. I want you to give the other answers, other three relations as well. I want all the three factors to be mentioned at one go. I want all the three factors to be mentioned at one go. Achha. Okay, Gayatri. Sanisha is saying R will decrease, P will not change. What about L, Sanisha? Very good, Pruthu. Obviously, L will not change. That's an obvious thing, but we should start thinking on those lines. Okay. So see now, I'm increasing the area of cross section and look at the resistance. See what happens. I'm increasing the area of cross section and look at the resistance. What happens to the resistance? The resistance is decreasing. I'm decreasing the area of cross section. See, the thickness of the wire is decreasing. And what happens to the resistance? The resistance is increasing. The area of cross section is decreasing. Oh my God, we are entirely in the resistance. Okay, so what we observe, that as the area of the cross section is decreasing, the resistance is increasing. And as the area of cross section is increasing, the resistance is decreasing. Getting it? Yes. See how they are related? They are inversely proportional. Okay, what happens to the resistivity? Definitely, resistivity is the characteristics of the material. It will not change by changing the area of cross section. And what about the length? Come on, the length will also remain the same. Okay, now I want all of you to say the very challenging one, the last question of this. What will happen if I increase the resistivity in the diagram? I'm not saying rho L A. I'm saying I'm not asking you about only R, A, and L. I'm talking about everything in the diagram. What do you think will happen if I increase the resistivity? Type your answer. I want to see. What will happen? Tanisha, तो मेरा बेटा horrible answers दे रहे हो बाबा. Tanisha, oh my God, I should commit suicide then.
What, sir?
क्या आंसर दे रहे हो? Length will increase. Tanisha, क्या बोल रहे हो तुम? Length will increase, area will decrease. Oh my God. So let me read because you are not responding. So Samruddha is saying everything will same. Okay, no, I'm so sorry. Gayatri says resistance increases, material changes. Resistance increases. Sorry, Gayatri. Then Devraj is saying the resistance will increase, the rest will remain same. I'm so sorry. Saying what will happen when I will increase the resistivity?
और the length will increase.
Length will increase. Oh my God.
तो अगर वो किया तो ही पड़ेगा ना resistance.
Resistance नहीं, resistivity की बात कर रहा हूँ. I'm talking about resistivity बेटा. This the first knob. मैं इसको बढ़ाने वाला हूँ. क्या होगा? ओके. अरे कम ऑन, 3 ही लोगों ने जवाब दिया, 4 ही लोगों ने जवाब दिया, बाकी लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? कंफ्यूज हो गए क्या? तनीषा के जवाब से सब लोग कंफ्यूज हो गए. यार, no one is responding, Baba. अच्छा, resistance increases. What about other parameters? Okay, okay, चलो. Can you say me something about this diagram? ये diagram में क्या change होगा? चलो, अब थोड़ा सा और मैं specific हो गया. Can you say me इस diagram में, ये diagram में, ये जो diagram है ना, ये वाला जो मैं arrow से point कर रहा हूँ, ये इसमें क्या changes देखने को मिलेंगे? अगर मैं resistivity बढ़ाऊं तो, अभी factors की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ. I'm not talking about factors. I'm talking about इस diagram में क्या देखेंगे? Sure. Anshu, cross section will increase. Acha, it will shorten. The length will decrease. Length will increase. Oh my God. I change the resistivity and the length will increase. I'm so surprised by your answer, Baba. क्या कर रहे हो तुम लोग? हाँ, Sharvari, I'm saying what will happen to this diagram? Tanisha says nothing, कोई change नहीं होगा diagram में. Okay. अच्छा, ठीक है. अब तुम लोग है ना, ठीक से देखो. अच्छा, अंशु कह रहा है एक्सपार्ट होगा. अभी मैंने सबको मेरे सामने नहीं है, तुम लोगों ने तो पट के दिया था तुम लोगों को. Okay, चलो, pay attention. Look at it. I'm increasing the resistivity. See what happens. What happens? As I'm increasing the resistivity, the resistance is increasing. Exactly, because if the material's resistivity will increase, obviously the resistance offered by that material will also increase. See, and as I'm decreasing the resistivity, the resistance is also decreasing. What happens to the L and A? L and A remains same.
Sir, I said that only.
No, yeah, you said that. I'm talking about the second question. इसके डॉट्स की बात, इसके अंदर की बात कर रहा था. जरा देखो तो अब ये बॉक्स के अंदर क्या हो रहा है. क्या हो रहा है बॉक्स में? वो वायर में क्या हो रहा है?
पढ़ रहे हो dots.
हाँ, वो डॉट्स क्या है? रेजिस्टेंस है ना.
Resist. हाँ.
हाँ, तो रेजिस्टेंस बढ़ रहे हैं और अभी क्या हो रहा है? रेजिस्टेंस कम हो रहे हैं. और तुम लोग क्या कह रहे हो? तुम लोग बोल रहे हो सर लेंथ बढ़ेगा, एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन बढ़ेगा. बेटा, do you know in actual, let me make it very clear, in actual L is a parameter we are having a control of, A is a parameter we are having a control of, but we don't have a control on resistivity, because believe me, if I can by some means, by doing any other means for the same material na beta, agar मैं resistivity change कर दूं for the same material, if I succeed in changing the resistivity, believe me, if I get that formula, I will be the richest person in this world. Say me how. If I get an idea to change the resistivity by some means of a material, I will be the richest person in this world. Say me how. Say me. You can unmute yourself and say, if you don't want to type.
Sir, we could use more cheaper metal and उसका conductivity मतलब resistivity कम कर देंगे और वो ज्यादा electricity conduct करेगा ऐसे कुछ.
हाँ, और उससे मैं अमीर कैसे बन जाऊंगा?
सर क्योंकि सब लोग electricity use करते हैं तो फिर
तो उससे मैं अमीर बन जाऊंगा, सबसे दुनिया का सबसे अमीर आदमी बन जाऊंगा मैं उससे.
तो
Think of it. I said I will be the richest person. तुमको रेजिस्टिविटी अभी तक नहीं समझा, इसलिए यू आर नॉट एबल टू आंसर माय क्वेश्चन.
सर रो तो डेंसिटी होता है ना
ए
इसमें.
बाबा, डेंसिटी नहीं है, रेजिस्टिविटी है. यू डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट डेंसिटी एंड रेजिस्टिविटी. हियर वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट रेजिस्टिविटी. चलो बोलो जल्दी से. हाउ आई विल बिकम द रिचेस्ट पर्सन.
होगा ना, कम वेस्ट होगा. जैसे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कम वेस्ट होगी.
अरे यार, तुम लोग इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पे अटके हो अभी तक. ओके, पता है मैं क्या करूंगा? I will take a iron wire. I will take an wire made up of iron, and by some process, if I succeed in changing the resistivity, I will change its resistivity to the resistivity of gold. और उसको मैं गोल्ड में कन्वर्ट कर दूंगा और मेरा आयरन बन गया गोल्ड. Done. If I convert iron into gold, I will keep on selling it and I will become the richest person. Yes or no?
कलर वगैरह तो चेंज नहीं होगा.
That is what I am trying to explain you.
हाँ सर, प्रॉपर्टीज कहाँ पे चेंज होगी?
तो वही तो मैं तुम लोगों से पूछ रहा हूँ ना, that we cannot do that. That is what I am saying you, that I don't have the control on, I have a control on L, I have the control on A. I am not having a control on resistivity. The simulation is showing that. But assume ये क्या हो गया पता है? ये गोल्ड बन गया because gold is having the least resistivity. और ये क्या बन गया? ये आयन बन गया. Iron is having more resistivity. Clear? So when I am changing this resistivity parameter, technically I am changing the material. Class. Technically I am changing the material, which is not possible. I cannot change the material by doing anything on it. Okay. So that's what I am saying, that resistivity is a parameter that depends on the material. Okay. So for the same material, I can change the length, area of cross section, but I cannot change the resistivity. The resistivity for the material remains constant. Say beta Rishabh, what you are asking?
मैं कोई रेजिस्टिविटी का कांसेप्ट नहीं समझा अच्छे से.
ऋषभ पूछ रहे हो ना?
हाँ हाँ.
ऋषभ, मैंने पहले एक्सप्लेन किया, तुम लोगों ने ध्यान नहीं दिया. If I take a wire of silver, okay, ऋषभ, remember what I said बेटा. इसलिए तुम लोग सवाल ही नहीं पूछ रहे हो आज. आज सब लोग छुट्टी के मूड में थे, I think, and I have taken the class. So you are not ready to study, I think. Okay, remember, if I take a wire, okay, which is made up of silver of length 1 meter. Okay, so what we studied, that as you change the length of that wire, its resistance will change. If you increase the length, its resistance will increase. If you decrease the length, its resistance will decrease. If you take a thick wire, its resistance will be less. If you take a thin wire, its resistance will be more. So as the length and area of cross section will change, the resistance will change for the same material. For the same material. But when I say resistivity, understand beta, resistivity remains the same for the material. It will not change for the same material. If I am having a silver, then the silver, whether it's a 1 meter of silver, half meter of silver, thin silver or thick silver, its resistivity will remain the same, because resistivity is the characteristics of the material until that silver turns into gold, or until that silver turns into copper, and it is not possible that the silver turns into copper. So what is resistivity? Resistivity is the characteristics of the material. Clear, class? Whereas
Yes.
resistance is a characteristics which depends on the length and the area of cross section and material and temperature. I hope now your idea is clear what is resistivity and what is resistance. Clear?
Yes, sir.
If you
Yes,
are being
sir.
asked to find out the resistivity, okay, so your resistivity for the given material is always going to be same. If you are being asked to find out the resistance, then the things will become more challenging for you, because as the length will change, the resistance will change. As the area of cross section will change, the resistance will change. But as long as the material remains the same, the resistivity will remain the same. Sure. Now we'll continue with our presentation. So we have discussed resistivity now. Okay. Now, what is conductivity? Can you say me what will be conductivity? Class, can you say me what is conductivity? In simple words, you say me what is conductivity?
Sir, can I say?
Say na beta.
Sir, the ability to let the electrons flow.
Then what is conductance?
Opposite of resistance.
Resistance. Then what is conductivity? It is the
Opposite of
reciprocal of.
Opposite of resistivity.
Yes, exactly. Remember, what is conductivity? It is the reciprocal of the reciprocal of specific resistance. The reciprocal of specific resistance or resistivity is known as conductivity. There are 4 terms. Remember, class, there are 4 terms: resistance, conductance, resistivity, conductivity. Clear? So resistance, the reciprocal of resistance is conductance. Conductivity, the reciprocal of conductivity is conductance. Okay. So again, as the resistivity will not change, the same way the conductivity will also not change for the same material. The conductivity will not change for the same material. Okay. And even the conductivity depends on 2 factors. It depends on the material and it depends on the temperature. Okay. So what will be the formula for conductivity? You remember what was resistivity? Ra upon L. So conductivity will be L upon Ra. Can you say me what will be the unit of conductivity? What will be the unit of conductivity?
1 upon ohm meter.
1 upon ohm meter.
Ohm.
Very good.
Ohm meter.
Its unit is, oh, I'm so sorry. Its unit is per ohm per meter, not ohm meter. I'm so sorry. Ohm raised to -1, meter raised to -1. Sorry. You have to write this. It's incorrect, beta.
सर ये क्या है वो कंडक्टिविटी का सिंबल वो?
हाँ, that is sigma. इसको sigma बोलते हैं बेटा.
Okay.
So what's the symbol? The symbol is ohm raised to -1 and meter raised to -1. That is per ohm per meter. Okay. So this is our conductivity. So now we will talk about.
Sir,
हाँ बेटा.
if we decrease the length of the wire conductor, तो conductance change होता है क्या?
हाँ, रेजिस्टेंस चेंज होगा तो कंडक्टेंस भी चेंज होगा ना
अच्छा
बेटा।
Sir,
देखो, रेजिस्टेंस का रेसिप्रोकल है कंडक्टेंस और रेजिस्टिविटी का रेसिप्रोकल है कंडक्टिविटी। क्लियर?
यस
तो जो जो फैक्टर्स रेजिस्टेंस पे डिपेंड है वो सब कंडक्टेंस पे भी डिपेंड है, और जो जो फैक्टर रेजिस्टिविटी पे डिपेंड है वो सब कंडक्टिविटी पे भी डिपेंड है। क्लियर?
यस सर
Okay, now we have the next topic, a very small topic we are going to discuss, and that is our superconductors. Okay, so what are superconductors, beta? So superconductors are nothing but these are the materials, these are the substance having zero resistance. A very interesting topic to discuss, a very interesting topic to ponder over. It is a substance of zero resistance. Obviously, when we say zero resistance, it will become infinite conductor at a very low temperature. So we do have materials, they have zero resistance, means almost no resistance, means infinite conductance at very low temperatures. Okay, and these materials are, we have mercury. If mercury is taken at below 4.2 Kelvin, now understand below 4.2 Kelvin means what. If you don't know, let me give the relation. 0 Kelvin is equal to 0 Kelvin is equal to minus 273 degrees Celsius. How much is 0 Kelvin? Minus 273 degrees Celsius. Okay, so you can easily understand that it's not a small, it's not a very easily attainable temperature. So,
सर
so
सर उसके अंदर ऐसे कौन से चेंजेस आते हैं कि वो एकदम ऐसे जीरो रेजिस्टेंस
but
हो
it
जाता है
loses its energy. They start, the vibrational energy, that the atoms, they keep on vibrating na, so their energy keeps on decreasing. So mercury below 4.2 Kelvin means somewhere around minus 269 degrees Celsius. At somewhere around, approximately I'm saying somewhere around minus 269 degrees Celsius, you will find mercury will behave like a superconductor, and the lead as well below 7.25 Kelvin. So it is at very low temperature, which is not possible to attain. Okay, but remember what are superconductors. So superconductors are nothing but these are the materials having zero resistance or infinite conductance at a very low temperature. Okay, please take the snapshot of this because I'm moving with the next slide now. Now this is our topic which has a practical importance. Okay, now this is a topic for which will be very important for your exam as well as for your concept based understanding. Okay, so we are talking about resistance. Okay, so combination of resistance. So in order to have a desired resistance in a circuit, we can connect two or more resistors in the following three different ways. Okay, why we are, see, if I want a particular amount of resistance, okay, so if I want a particular magnitude of resistance, we can connect the resistors in different ways. Okay, and they are as follows. So we can connect them in series resistors, we can connect resistors in parallel, and we can connect them in a combination where it is series as well as parallel. So the resistors can be connected in three different ways. You can connect them in series, you can connect them in parallel, or you can connect them using a combination of both series and parallel. Okay, so let's start with resistors in series. Okay, so when multiple resistors are connected one after the other, they are said to be connected in series. How we say them, beta, they are in series? When we connect multiple resistors one after the other. Okay, Okay, so this is how we say multiple. See, understand, when the multiple registers are connected one after the other. Now understand, this symbol is a symbol of resistor. This one. This is a symbol for resistor. This is a symbol for resistor. Okay. So cross zigzag line is a symbol what we have for resistor. Okay. So when multiple resistors are connected one after the other, see, so we find that this is one resistor R1, this is another resistor R2, R3, R4. So what we have done, to one end of R1 we have connected R2, to the another end of R2 we have connected R3, to the another end of R3 we have connected R4. So what we are doing, we are connecting them one after the another. This type of connection is said in series. Okay. So now the very interesting thing is how to find the equivalent resistance when the resistors are connected in series. So it's very simple. The total resistance, the resistance in series will be the addition of all the resistors, R1 plus R2 plus R3. This continues till Rn. So assume if this resistor is of 2 ohm, this is of 3 ohm, this is of 2 ohm, and this is of 3. So I want, how much is the total resistance? So 2 plus 3, 5, 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 5, 10. So the total resistance will be 10. So how we can find out the expression? How can we find out the total resistance if they are connected in series? It's very simple. You simply add them. Okay, so what's the formula to find out the equivalent resistance? The formula to find out the equivalent resistance is R1 plus R2 plus R3 till Rn. Getting it, beta? This is what we called as resistors in series, and this is the expression to find out the equivalent resistance. Please copy. Copied? Now let's talk about parallel. Resistors in parallel. Now what we called resistors in parallel? When multiple resistors are connected in such a way that each resistor is connected in a separate path. Each resistor is having its own separate path, then they are said to be connected in parallel. How? Look at this. This is what we call them, they are connected in parallel. So here you will find that each resistor has its own separate path. So this is R1, and R1 is having its own path. So this is the path of R1. Then this is R2, and R2 is also having its own separate path. Then this is R3, R3 is also having its own path, and this is R4, and R4 is also having its own path. So you will find that the resistors are connected in such a way that each resistor is connected in a separate path. Okay, so you will find this type of combination is called as parallel. Getting it, beta? What is parallel? Okay, when the resistors are connected, when each resistor has its own separate path. These are called as parallel. Now the interesting thing is, what is the expression to find the equivalent resistance in parallel? Okay, so this is our expression. What is our expression? 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. This continued till the last resistance. Okay, but understand, this expression will give you 1 upon resistance in parallel. Whatever the answer you get, what you have to do? You have to take the reciprocal of that answer, and then you will get the resistance in parallel, because this formula will give you 1 upon resistance in parallel. So this is the formula to calculate the total resistance. To calculate the total resistance or the equivalent resistance. What's the formula? 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. This continues. Okay, but assume if there are only 2 resistors in parallel. There are how many resistors in parallel? Only 2 resistors in parallel. Then we have another simple formula, that is Rp is equal to R1 into R2 divided by R1 plus R. By this formula, you can calculate the resistance in parallel. This is for more than 2 resistors in parallel. Why? Because here you have to find out, if there are more than 2, then you have to find out the LCM first, and then By finding the LCM, you have to get the answer and then you have to take the reciprocal. Here, remember, you are getting the answer directly. See, you are directly getting RP. RP is equal to R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Whereas in this expression, you are getting 1 plus RP. And whatever the answer you get, then you are going to find the reciprocal. Clear, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think only Sanisha is present. Rest all of them are.
Sir, this was Rishabh.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Because Sanisha said yes and the same time you said yes. Okay, so sorry, so sorry. Chalo. Copied? Now, this is such an important concept to remember. The facts about series and parallel arrangement. Whenever you arrange a register in series or in parallel, just remember these 2 points. The first point is very important point. Remember it, beta, your topic will become very easy. What it is? It says that in series, remember this point, in series, the total resistance is always bigger than the biggest of all the resistors. You're getting it? So in series, you will find the total resistance will always be bigger than the biggest of all the resistors. Means, assume I am having 2 ohm resistor, 3 ohm resistor, 4 ohm resistor and 5 ohm resistor. How many resistors I am having? 2 ohm, 3 ohm, 4 ohm and 5 ohm. Okay. Now, how much will be the total resistance if these resistors are connected in series? So 5 plus 4, 9, 9 plus 3, 12, 12 plus 2, 40. So how much is the total resistance? 40. So in series, you will find that the total resistance, which is 40, is always going to be bigger than biggest of all the resistors. So which is the biggest of all the resistors? 5. But my answer is more than 5. Clear? And in series and in parallel, so in parallel, you will find that the total resistance is always smaller than the smallest of all the resistors. Okay, what is this? Remember, it's a very important thing to judge. So assume I am having 2 ohm resistor, 3 ohm resistor, 4 ohm resistor and 5 ohm resistor. So what will be the total resistance of this? So my total resistance of this will be definitely less than 2 ohm. Why? Because the rule says in parallel, the total resistance is always smaller than the smallest of all the resistors. Which is the smallest of all the resistors? 2 ohm. So my answer will definitely less than 2. Getting it, beta?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, because I am going to test you. अभी बहुत सारे न्यूमेरिकल्स करने वाले हैं हम इस टॉपिक पर. Class, remember we are going to solve n number of numericals based on this topic. Okay, so I hope your idea is very clear about series and parallel, the formula as well. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Only 1,
Yes, sir.
2,
Yes, sir.
3,
Yes, sir.
4, 5,
Yes,
6.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Yes,
you very
sir.
much.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. Very good, very good. चलो तैयार हो जाओ न्यूमेरिकल्स के लिए. चलो start the numericals. All of you be ready with your notebook.
Sir, I wanted to take the screenshot, sir.
अच्छा
Sir,
ले ले
sorry.
ले लो. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट स्क्रीनशॉट है ये. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट स्क्रीनशॉट है, ले लो. और ये जो मैंने रूल दिखाया ना बेटा, ये
Done,
रूल
sir.
को this rule will help you to conclude n number of concepts. Okay, चलो let's start with the problem statement. हाँ. What the problem statement says? It says there are 3 resistors of 2 ohm, 3 ohm and 4 ohm and they are connected in series and parallel. Chalo. Draw the diagram and find the equivalent resistance in each case. Chalo. Now quickly find out the answer and type. सीरीज का नहीं करे तो भी चल जाएगा मेरे को. सीरीज का नहीं करे तो भी चल जाएगा. ए बाबा ये क्या है? सनीशा, इज इट सीरीज और पैरेलल? अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा.
Series.
I'm so sorry. It is not 1.9. It is the first answer is 9 ohm. Okay, okay. I'm so sorry.
Yes, sir.
Even the same is Anshu. He has written 19. I thought it's 19. No, the first answer is 9. Very good. So that's what I said. Series का आंसर नहीं दिए तो भी चलेगा. Yes, Rishabh, sorry. हाँ हाँ, that's very true बेटा. मेरा बच्चा कौन है ये, मेरा हीरो कौन क्या ये, हाँ समृद्ध. But you have to give the exact answer. Devraj. Chalo, let's look at the answer. Okay, now you have to draw the diagram. I am not drawing the diagram. Okay, how you will draw the diagram in series? You will draw one register, then second register, then the third register. But in parallel, you have to draw the previous one I have shown you. Okay, now series is clear, 9 ohm, but parallel. So parallel के लिए क्या formula है बेटा? 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon Rp. Clear? So what we get? 1 upon Rp is equal to 1 upon 2 because 1 is in parallel, plus 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 4. Now what is the LCM of 2, 3, 4? What is the LCM?
12.
12. Yes, 12 is
12.
the. So you will find
13 upon
answer is
12.
coming 1 upon Rp is 13 upon 12. But remember, it's 13 upon 12 and this is 1 upon Rp. So don't make it 13 divided by 12 and get the answer. No, it is 1 upon Rp. You want Rp. So Rp will be what? Rp will be the reciprocal of 13 upon 12. That will be 12 upon 13. And the answer is 0.92. कितने लोग आंसर रॉन्ग हुआ? समृद्ध आंसर रॉन्ग, सनीशा आंसर रॉन्ग, ऋषभ आंसर रॉन्ग, then Gayatri answer wrong, देवराज आंसर रॉन्ग. क्या रे बाबा तुम लोग ठीक से करो आंसर. You are allowed to use calculator. Please use the correct answer. But no, Anshu, it's not 13 upon 12. 13 upon 12 is 1 upon Rp. Anshu, it's 1 upon Rp, beta. I want Rp. So I have to take the reciprocal of this. So it will be 12 by 30.
Sir, you got my answer now.
13 by 12 मिला ना मेरे को.
सर मैंने बहुत देर से डाला है, वो भी आया आपको.
अच्छा. I think वो connectivity slow है. Okay.
हाँ.
चलो, so all of you getting the right answer, but I'm so surprised. किसी ने सही आंसर नहीं दिया. 0.92 किसी ने नहीं लिखा आंसर. बस एक स्मार्ट बच्चा था मेरा समृद्ध, उसने मुझे बोल दिया आंसर सर इट इज लेस देन 2. दैट इज सो ट्रू. इट गोइंग टू बी लेस देन 2, बट हाउ मच? चलो प्लीज सॉल्व. आ रहा है बेटा सबको?
हाँ सर.
यस सर.
बहुत सारे न्यूमेरिकल्स करने हैं हमको ये, जब तक तुम्हारे रजिस्टर्स सीरीज और पैरेलल के कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर नहीं हो जाते. डन?
यस.
ऑल ऑफ यू?
हाँ सर.
Start the next one. Which of the following combinations, a challenging one, which of the following combinations have the same equivalent resistance between X and Y? This is X and Y, this is X and Y, this is X and Y, and this is X and Y. Can you say me which of the following combination have the same equivalent resistance between X and Y? चलो पहले एक आंसर फाइंड करो. एक आंसर फाइंड करो. What is the answer of A? I want you to find out the answer of this. इसका आंसर फाइंड करो पहले, जिसको मैंने बॉक्स किया. अरे बाप रे. सनीशा मैडम प्लीज हैव मर्सी ऑन मी. 4 नहीं है ना मेरा बेटा. सनीशा 4 नहीं है. अंशु यू आर राइट. समृद्ध यू आर रॉन्ग. नो, रश्मि यू आर रॉन्ग. देवराज इज राइट. समृद्ध यू आर स्टिल रॉन्ग. ऋषभ तूने पूरा आंसर दे दिया, अरे बाबा पहले एक एक करके तो बता मुझे आंसर। ए का बता कितना रेजिस्टेंस आया। Tell me how much is the equivalent resistance of A? What is the equivalent resistance of A? So you will find these two are connected in, these two and these two, they are connected in parallel. All of you getting it? These two and these two are connected in parallel. So what's the formula we have? And there are only two resistors. So what we can do? 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 2. 1 upon 2 is half plus 1 upon 2 is half. So the base is same. So I will add 2 by 2. Now I take the reciprocal of 2 by 2. It is still 2 by 2 only. So what's the answer? So the answer is 1 ohm. कितना इसका? 1 ohm. Okay. चलो. Now find out the equivalent resistance of this. Second वाले का find करो. चलो जल्दी से.
1 by 1 plus 1 by 1.
Now find for this one. One by one plus 1 by 1 plus 1 by 2. What's the answer? Take the reciprocal as well. Take the reciprocal. Understand? एक छोटा सा कॉमन सेंस दूं तुमको, इसका आंसर लेस देन 1 आने वाला है. B का आंसर will be less than 1. Why? Because I said in parallel the total resistance is smaller than the smallest. Okay, so how much is the answer? So the answer is 0.4. Sure class?
No,
Yes, sir.
0.66
Yes, sir. 0.4.
0.4.
0.4.
Very good. The answer is 0.4 ohm. Now the third one. Can you say me what will be the equivalent resistance of this?
0.5.
Very
Yes, sir. 0.5.
0.5. Because the total, it's in parallel again. It's in parallel again, and in parallel you will find the total resistance is smaller than the smallest. So total resistance 1 से कम ही होने वाला है. तो कितना है? 0.5 ohm. और अभी आखिरी वाला D. अब D कैसे करेंगे? चलो थोड़ा सा ध्यान दो अभी. Pay attention. Look at the answer for D बेटा. The current will flow from here. Look at it. The current will flow from here. From here, the current is having two paths to flow. Yes or no? Current is having two paths to flow. Which are the two paths? This one. एक यहाँ से जाएगा करंट फ्लो होगा बेटा, और एक करंट यहाँ से फ्लो होगा. बराबर है? ठीक है. So you will find the current will flow from here and then from here. So you will find that this 1 ohm and this 1 ohm is actually in. This 1 ohm and this 1 ohm is actually in series.
Series.
This 1 ohm and this 1 ohm also in series.
Series.
तो ये कैसा बन गया? ये 1 plus 1, ये 2 ohm, और ये 1 plus 1, ये 2 ohm. ये 2 ohm और ये 2 ohm, ये दोनों पैरेलल में है. इसका आंसर कितना आया?
1 ohm.
1 ohm.
1 ohm.
1 ohm.
Good. So इसका आंसर कितना है? 1 ohm है. Exactly. तो कौन से दो आंसर? Which of the following combination has the same equivalent resistance?
A and D.
A and D. Getting it? I
Yes,
hope
sir.
you're getting it, beta.
Yes, sir.
So this is 1 ohm, this is 0.4 ohm, this is 0.5 ohm, and this is 1 ohm. But understand, the current is flowing, and from here, this 1 ohm and this 1 ohm is in series. So you add them. So it becomes 2. And this 1 ohm and this ohm is also in series. So you add them as well. This is also 2. So 2 plus 2, and this 2 and this 2 are in parallel. Okay. So how much is the total resistance? The total resistance is 1 ohm. So you find that A and D are our right answer. Clear class?
Yes, sir.
Okay.